Jules for 9211 coming at you with another live video. This one's for the newest Dark Magician deck that I have. I'm currently on Platinum, I'm Platinum Tier 3. I don't want to change my deck to the 3 skill drain, what everybody's hitting Platinum on with. The reason why is I'm trying to see if I can find other ways to get there without using the same cards that every Platinum Dark Magician deck is playing. For example, I don't play any hand traps. I also don't want to play 3 skill drain. So eventually, if I do have to change it, I will. But currently, I wanted to show the platform that I currently do have. And I'm going to go over the deck very quickly. So if you feel like I go way too fast for you, just pause the video, rewind it and whatnot. But yeah, I'm gonna do it really fast right now. I'm just setting up the deck right now. Let's see, let me pull these cards out. So a lot of these cards are Korean. The deck is only about $80. I pretty much I believe that I beat the budget Dark Magician deck with the most power. It's about an $85 deck, but it has Platinum 3 power. It can go to Platinum 1, but sometimes you lose one, or you win two, you lose one, like that. So here we go. I'm going to go real fast, like I said. So we're playing 2 Dark Magician, a Dark Magician Girl. If you already know, those are all dollar cards. Then I have the Korean versions, but I have them in another deck right now. They're about $2 a card. These ones are about $12 to $15 per card, but the other ones, the Korean. Then you have the 3 Magician Souls. Obviously, as you can see, 2 of them are English, but because the other playset, I have it on another deck, but here it is. They're, believe it or not, they're about $10 to $15 per each one. Then you have your 3 Magician Rod, and then you have the Korean Alistair, the Invoker, and then the Spellbook. And then besides that, now we're gonna go on to the spells. You're gonna have 1 Circle, 1 Salvation, and then 3 Soul Servant, Japanese. And then we have Secrets to Dark Magic Attack, Knowledge, Secrets, Goblin. Then you have 2 Magical Meltdown, Veil. Then you have Restage, the right hand, Invocation. You got Dark Hole, Rageki, and then Harpy's Feather Duster. That's how it is, to be honest with you, in the deck. And then from there, I'm gonna have to pull a trap from my binder because I remember I pulled it out. Okay, so here we are. So I'm pulling it out. Okay, there we go. Okay, so then for the traps, we have 2 Eternal Soul, and then these represents there can only be one, or a Ghost match. But like I said, it's in the other decks because I have about 6 or 7 decks. So I just substitute it for 2 summon limits, but in reality, there are 2. There can only be one. Basically, as soon as I play it, I win the game. No one's able to summon 1 monster at a time. Everyone shuts down, even Dark Magician. All you would get is Rod, and then you're done. You have to end your turn. So it's pretty sick. And then, obviously, my deck is Invoke Dark Magician, so I get a lot of different variety of monsters compared to their 1 monster. They don't stand a chance against me. Very simple combo to add with all the other 10s of 20s of 30s of combos that the deck does. Ice Dragon Prison, and then we got Skill Drain. Some of these cards are gonna be for free with the giveaway. I'm waiting to reach the 50. So today is Monday, March the 21st, so in case you were wondering. So I should have done it at the beginning of the video, but I skipped it. I'm just trying to rush through it. And then obviously after that, you have the fusion. We got 2 Invoked, Macabre, and then I don't know how to pronounce that, the A guy. Then you have one Dragonite, and then you have the Asian. Because remember, this is the budget. This deck's about $85 to $95, so that's why some of them you notice Korean cards. In reality, if you get the deck, it's about $300 to $400. But I try to do the hyper budget, and it's like less than 100, so you're not gonna be able to beat that. Believe me. You got the Selene Queen, Artemis, Phoenix, the Protector, Wee Witch. You don't need Wee Witch, but I just added her Crawley and Chalice. So then we're gonna play a hand. So we're gonna be shuffling it. So we're gonna get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So these are the cards we got. So even with one hand trap, there's nothing they can do to stop you at this point. So you notice what we got? We can start off with the rod or just about anything that you want, honestly. So activate. And what we're gonna stack instead, Magician Souls. Upstart Goblin. Draw into him. Then you're gonna dump Dark Magician to the graveyard. Then we're gonna activate Magical Meltdown. You're gonna go ahead and go into your deck. Pull the Alistar. You could already make Dragoon or Dragonite if you wanted, but currently in our current duel we don't want him yet. So this is what we're gonna end up doing. We're gonna normal, get the effect, invoke, and then we're gonna have to link. Artemis. Then we're gonna go ahead and go through effects. So if you're ready, after this one gets us to the graveyard, this is what's in your hand. So we're gonna go ahead and dump to the graveyard to draw. You draw a Dark Magician Girl. Then after that you link second time. Crawley. Activate effect. You pick the 3 cards, let your opponent choose. And we're going to do a random. Then we drew Spellbook and Knowledge. So you got this in your hand so far. So then you trigger it and you draw 2 more cards. 1 and you draw 2. So then after that we're gonna activate to discard Dark Magician Girl and we get another Dark Magician to our hand. So yeah, we cut the deck. So these are the cards that you have in your hand. So you got a lot of cards, believe me, a lot of cards, and there's a lot of them in your graveyard. And you can trigger the Soul Servant. This is what's in your graveyard. All these cards. And you could draw 2 more cards. The turn hasn't even ended. You haven't even activated Circle. So what I would do at this point, you activate Soul Servant, pull, draw 2 more cards. 1, 2. You activate Salvation. And you stack Eternal Soul. You put Eternal Soul face down. So you put it face down. And you still have all these cards in your hand. So then what you do from there, you trigger Veil, Dark Magician Girl, then you link, XYZ to Naruto. And then from there you play Circle. You draw 3, 1, 2, 3. So you could get Dark Magic Attack, and then you could say the other one on the top. And then before you end your turn, you trigger your invocation, remove the Alistar and the other one, and you bring a Macabre to the field. This is all in your first turn. When you haven't ended your turn yet, we still have a lot more moves to do. So you have that. You can Omni negate any spell or trap during your turn. You can Omni negate anything, and you have these cards in your hand. If you feel you need to stop a trap, you could get Eternal Soul, but I just rather do a monster and a spell, because you're gonna banish the other one anyway. So this is what I grabbed. So you got 1 negation, 2 negation, and you're gonna be banishing. Dark Mist is gonna come out. So it's pretty much gonna be a wrap. You can enter into a Dragon Knight if you wish, if you want to go into it right now, but I wouldn't recommend it. I'd rather establish my board now. So then at this point, you're gonna go ahead and end your turn, and he's gonna start off by playing Harpy's Feather Duster. So you're gonna trigger the effect of Moral Leader to negate Moral Leader. It's gonna negate the effect. Then after that, they're gonna summon a monster, then summon something else. Even if they play Ash Blossoms or something, you can activate Invoke Macabre effect to negate. You can discard the Dark Magician. But at the point, if anything gives you a trouble, you just trigger the effect of Eternal. You bring Dark Magician from the graveyard to the field, and you banish whatever card you feel that you don't like. It doesn't matter which one it is. So you still have, you did 1, you did banish 2, and then you're waiting on the 3rd in case there's something that you don't like. So then you draw, and he says, let's say he says Solemn Judgment, Dark Magic Attack, blow it up. He has no choice. Then at the point, what you would do, you link, and then bring back to banish again, and then you chain to Secrets of Dark Magic. From Secrets of Dark Magic, you go straight into Dragon Knight. And in case you didn't figure out, the duel's already over. There's way too many negations. You have this in your hand, and then you trigger the effect to bring back last turn the Invoke shuffled back into your deck. and one of the Alistair got sent back into your hand. I did it myself, but I forgot to show you because I'm trying to speed up the video and not make it long. But basically, your hand looks like this right now. And in case you didn't know, you're able to boost the spell, the fusions by 2,000. So Dragon Knight's at 5,000, and he's at 4,500. And then you can banish again, negate. So we got one negation. He protects everything, including himself. 2, 3. So you got 3, and then 4, 5 for boosting. So you have about 5 negations on board this turn on his own. So pretty much there's nothing he can do. If you can think of anything that can stop you at this point, the Dragoon can save you. You're gonna boost way above it. You got a Harpy's Feather Duster. You're gonna be able to banish, negating a spell, negating an effect, and Dragon Knight, Dark Magician is gonna be coming out. So there's too many negations. There's too much power going on for you to handle. Nothing can handle it. Even if I were to go against this field, my deck couldn't handle it. It's too much already. It was just 2 turns. We did everything in 2 turns. And the first turn, it was already almost all set, like 80%. I showed you. Even if they hit you with 1 hand trap or 2, it wouldn't have stopped you. You have way too much going on. I think it was about 6 or 7 combos that you had. So even if they stopped 1, you had 5. You were gonna get whatever you wanted anyways. So most of the cards do 2 things, 1 per card. So there you go. This is my platinum version. If you can find another way to in 2 turns set up with 5 negations, and we're still gonna play, we're gonna see what we draw next. So you go the next turn, you draw rod. So it's gonna be really bad. If you notice, we never even played a rod, and we set up the whole field. So goes to show you, you don't need a rod. Those are just people that play Dark Magician. I would say more than 90% of people who play Dark Magician don't know how to play it. They tell you you need rod. You don't. There's a deck where I don't play any rods, and right now you can go back in the video. I never played rod, and I have my field set up. They're lying to you. They don't know how to play Dark Magician. That's why you can't win, because you listen to people who don't know what they're doing. You don't need rod. There's a lot of cards you don't need in your deck. Without rods, we set up the board and played. You just saw it right now. Rod's just an extra card. In my opinion, I use rod to discard for Macabre. That's how I use it. So yeah, we drew rod, and that's gonna be it. Anything he has in the back, we're gonna feather. Dark Magician, trigger for negate, spell trap, and then trigger effect, banish. And then we have a rod. We can draw into another Soul Servant. If he tries to negate it, invoke is on the field. We got Dark Magician. We can boost to 2,000, anything that we like. So there you go. If you total the cards and things that are going on, there's about 6 or 7 different things going on. It's too much for anybody to handle. So there you go, Dark Magic Attack.